Bill, has this week just demonstrated how crazy we have become?
People, though, they're inured to it. It's almost like an inoculation that it's so insane that people are watching it as a cartoon.
Oh, yeah. The Lewandowski thing? Do we have a clip of the Lewandowski? I've never seen this before. I've never seen anything like it before, where Corey Lewandowski, who's not one of my favorite people, I'm cheering for him because he's just mocking them. Here's a little clip of it. If we have it. If we don't.
I actually have it. If
you have it, go ahead. Turn on 360.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Lewandowski, is it correct that as reported in the Mueller report on June 19th, 2017, you met alone in the Oval Office with the president? I said,
is there a book and page number you can reference me to, please? I don't have a copy of the report in front of me.
All right, so Bill, you saw this go on, and it just went on and on and on, and he was mocking.
7 minutes of it.
These, and then with the Al Sharpton thing, Al Sharpton did it to the other side, and he was mocking and just using the system. It's a clown show.
Well, the long-term damage is substantial because people have lost respect for the Congress of the United States.
Right. I remember 10 years ago, some congressman, you remember this, Pat? Some congressman was threatening to call me in front of in front of Congress to testify. Right. And I said on the air over and over again, bring it on. I want to. And my attorney said, are you out of your mind? These people have ultimate power. They can throw you in jail for anything. You do not want to go in front of them. And there was still at that time some reason not to do what Al Sharpton and Corey Lewandowski did. Now we're all laughing at them. Now they're all jokes.
It's contempt toward the establishment in Washington and also the media. Also, the media has no respect.
None.
In this country. Nobody says, gee, it's really impressive that Glenn Beck and Bill O'Reilly are media titans. They're going, why the hell are you in that industry? Why don't you do something like open a butcher shop or something constructive?
Yeah.
So the traditional power structure in America is on the decline quickly. And that is a big, big story that very few people discuss. So the power vacuum is being taken by people like Donald Trump, who, as president of the United States, wields ungodly power through the internet, tweeting, and doing what he wants to do as far as running the country. But a check and balance on Capitol Hill, the people, the regular folks are going, we don't trust them. And the press to give you accurate information on what's real and what's not real. Nobody believes the press. So even if the press tells you something that's true, most people won't believe it. So we're in a big problem here in a societal manner.
I will tell you that you're exactly right. And I think 2020, because of what are called deep fakes, if we thought fake news was bad, wait until you see deep fakes. I think 2020 is the year that we lose all reason. We will not be able to trust anything, nor will we trust anything.
I hope you're wrong. I really do.
I do too.
I love my country, and I don't want anarchy to take hold. And that is the reason I wrote The United States of Trump, because every line in the book was written by me, every word, and every word is true. And so if you want to know, if you care enough to want to know about who the president of the United States really is, then this book will help you.
I will tell you, Bill, I want to give you an honest plug for this book. Not because I want to help you sell books. In fact, I urge people to go check it out at a library. But
you're what a pal.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, there is a time when people just have too much money, or what was it? Enough money, and you didn't build this anyway. In reading this book, the thing that I liked about it was Bill talked about all of the things that others are saying, but he said, because there is no evidence on these things, because I'm chasing shadows, I'm not going to address those. If there is evidence of these things, then they have to be addressed. But here is evidence on this, this, and this. And when he's talking to the president and explaining the president's thinking, you may not agree with the president. You may not agree with how he gets to his positions, but you will at least understand it. Instead of this nonsense of, he's a racist, well, he just hates women, he just whatever. That's nonsense. Bill actually explains how he became the man he is. And I don't think the president necessarily will like parts of this book. You may not like parts of this book, but it is true. And I said my first review of this book was, if the press, and they're not going to, but if the press were honest and were truly looking for answers, they would start with this book, because you will understand him. Then you can go in and go, well, now, wait a minute, Mr. President. I understand how you're thinking on this, but have you thought about it this way? And you'd be able to have an intelligent argument.
Well, I'm glad you read the book, and I'm glad you said what you just said, and I hope people will read it for themselves, not for me or not for Donald Trump or any political party, for themselves, because it's important that the American people themselves seek the truth. And right now, I think maybe 60, 70% of us are not really interested in seeking the truth anymore.
I agree.
We're lazy, because the internet has provided us with a click, a thumb, where we can then read the biggest bunch of garbage in the world and not have to really ascertain whether it's true or not. If it's titillating enough, we're entertained and amused. But that's not a way to live, and particularly if you love your country and you want the best for your country. I mean, this Ukraine stuff is very, very vivid in what we are both saying.
Bring people up to speed.
All right. So some whistleblower went to an intelligence agency's inspector general. That's the person who oversees what happens in the agency, and says, Donald Trump made a deal with a foreign head, and it's wrong. Okay. So that story is leaked to the Washington Post, a virulently anti-Trump newspaper. We don't know who the person is. We don't know what was said or allegedly said by the president. We don't know who the foreign power is, but now it's been identified as Ukraine. And then the press immediately convicts Donald Trump of some crime. All right? We're going to be able to impeach him over this. Over what? Over what? There's no evidence been put forth. We don't know who the guy is. We don't know what was allegedly said. We don't know anything. Yet hour after hour after hour on television, there they are saying, well, it could have been, they might have been. And I'm going to myself, my God, why is one person on earth? I turned on the Jaguar-Titan game, and that was painful to watch. But, I mean, I said, I got to get out of here. This is a madhouse. And that's what I'm trying to stop. Get the facts, all right? Seek the truth, not this garbage that is day in and day out in the newspapers and on television. It's garbage.